Today is May 28th. The Yankees played 3 games against the Padres. They lost one, they won one, and they won a second. They won the series. Let's talk all about it. Let's talk Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, theme, and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talking Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talking Yanks, brought to you by SeatGeek. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. BBD producing in the corner. It's Memorial Day weekend, and we're talking baseball. America, Jake, how are you?
James, Davis, hope everyone is enjoying their Memorial Day. I'm doing well. Yanks win another series. A series that if they didn't win, I think things would have been hotter than things have been in a little bit, but they take care of their business, and the number one quench to Yankee fans' thirst right now is when they score a run. So we see another massive inning, which those have felt different than a couple years past, like stringing hits together. Those are fun innings. And Yankees sneakily, I think they have the second best record in May. So, coming from an April where we didn't know what May was going to bring, like were the Rays going to run away with the division? How were the Yankees going to keep up or start scoring runs? They're actually putting together a great month. So I'm sitting good. Kevin from our socials, he walked in and he asked why I was sweating, and I didn't have an answer. So... that one's kind of sat with me for a little bit because
we'd been like sitting in air conditioning.
Just sitting in AC, and he's like, "Man, you guys are sweating, huh?" And it's like, "Damn, that's." If it was a goof, it was a really good joke, but it's swimming in my head. I think my hair's just a little greasier today. How's the shore, Jimbo?
You were sweating? You run hot. That's why you get bit by mosquitoes so much. They like people that are hot.
But I don't know. It was one of those times where I didn't think I was sweating. So I'm just really.
Maybe he meant like you were sweating the game.
No.
Like, did he say walk in? It was a close game.
No, I don't know. He very much made it seem like real life sweat.
No, I'm doing well. I had stomach bug yesterday, which me and my wife are just in stomach bug hell. So I puked up everything in my whole body 3 different times yesterday and then felt really, really sick. And that's not fun. Had like a good first half of the day. Solo parenting with James. He's like a maniac at the beach, loves the water and shit. So that's fun. And then halfway through, I was like, I think I'm very sick. So I handed him to my parents and then went and puked everything up. So I kind of watched yesterday's game through like sick vision. Like I was laying on the couch, closing my eyes, trying to fall asleep, but listening to the game. And then as soon as like K got loud, you like open up, what was that? And then as soon as they won the game, straight to the bed, fell asleep for the remainder of like the day. It was a day game.
Gonna need you to start taking videos of those pukes, and I'm gonna need iPhone to start adding smells because that's all I'm thinking of.
The second was
right
all
over
Gatorade,
here.
which sucked. But I'm pretty good at puking. Like I'm fine about it. I just yell. But for the first time in maybe 2 decades, like since I didn't make it to the toilet, which was like a fucking bummer, dude.
That's a fun moment.
That sucks. So I like ripped my shirt off to like catch it the first initial floor. And then it was really like a low moment. My whole family had just gone to like a party with my cousins, and they're like, "You're fine, right, Jim?" Because they thought I had already got it all out, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll just sleep." And then I was catching my puke in my shirt. Not being able to make it to the toilet in time or a bucket or whatever outside sucks. Anyway, I'll take a video for you next time.
Thank you, and not to dwell on it. I think the last time I spewed, I caught it in my mouth.
Ew.
So I was just holding it, running to the bathroom, and like a little bit leaked out, but I was happy
That was at the office. I remember that.
So this is your first episode of Talking Yanks. Thank you. Make sure you subscribe.
Thanks for checking us out.
Preview.
Yeah.
Kind of a ton of housekeeping, Jim.
Ton of housekeeping and a ton of like emotion, because last episode they lost the series to the Orioles and like they would like look dire, and we recorded late night Thursday night. I always feel bad for the people who listen to Talking Yanks the next day and expect like normal, the people that watch the live kind of understand the context of the energy. It's late night, tired, and then people next day are like, why is Jimmy so tired, grouchy, tired? And I don't know. I'm trying to like see what my feelings are right now about the series. Like this game today, obviously there's some awesome stuff, but there's still a lot of things that don't sit well, like with the team and like, projecting them as a playoff team. But I think the good thing is keep winning while it doesn't feel amazing, because that's better than the opposite. And you just got to hope it starts feeling awesome soon.
Yeah. I think there's two things. I think, they're having a great month of May, which coming out of April, we tried to speculate, and if you told us we did, we would have said Judge goes nuts. We would have said maybe even Stanton's back by now. We would have said one of the kids had picked it up, and some of that's not true, and I think that's where the glass can be half full or half empty, right? Like this Yankee team has a lot of things that can improve, and when they start losing, we zoom in on those things because you have to, because those are the problems. And when they're winning, it's kind of like there's almost bonus points. It feels like there's more coming, and there should be a lot of physical reinforcements coming soon. And we'll just see where all of that lines us up as we try to chase down the Rays, as we see the AL playoffs format, and as we sneak up to the deadline where, we had a guy make a debut this series, Randy Vásquez, that like, I don't know, that kid's got some arm talent. I don't know what that means for the Yankees or for anything else, but the story of this season is so yet to be told. Like we're what, 2/6 of the way? Some people call that 1/3. It's never really been a math show since day one.
Don't expect me to chime in and help out.
Since day one. Math has been tough.
I'll let you know. 55 divided by 162 is 0.33. So it's third on the fucking money, dude.
I mean, John Sterling would love that. Oh, batting average was 333.
339.
And Jim, I think the other thing, I'll get my nose of the plane in front of it. Not a saying.
I'll get my nose of the plane in front of it.
Volpe, because I went to the stadium yesterday and we were talking to our social team and people weren't happy with us. I'm going to go classic Jake where, hey guys, everyone's right. Like Volpe, yes, he obviously needs more time to develop at the major league level. If the Yankees start losing ball games, you got to start having conversations. Luckily, the Yankees are winning ball games and Volpe should get better, but we have to flush out all these conversations. We are the Yankees front office. You have to be prepared for everything that I think some people started getting a little hot to trot over really a conversation where I think everyone agrees.
Oh, I didn't see any of that. I mean, Kyle said that people were really mad at us about the Volpe stuff from last episode. I just read the Yankees Reddit really now, and that guy got posted in there and they were pretty rational about it. They're like, well, they're right. Like,
he's not playing well.
Gotta get better.
We said we have no qualms with his 5 years. We still have faith in him, but right now the Yankees don't have the ability to carry a guy developing. I don't know. Whatever. People are mad, and that's fine. But I thought we'd handled that conversation so well. And dude, I love the Jersey Shore, and I love walking the boardwalk in the morning. And I walked the boardwalk in the morning at like 6 a.m. and these two old men were just stopped in the middle, and I walked past, and this is the only snippet of the conversation I heard. Oh, you got to fly him. You can't fly the whole team.
Yeah.
And then the other guy said, exactly. And what's he doing with this bullpen? And I kept walking, and I was like, I love.
Yeah.
You kind of forget that we're in our small world. And like, yeah, we love the Yankees and we're like doing this all the time, but there's people that they were strangers. They didn't know each other. They just both had Yankees hats on. And I just love walking around and hearing snippets of Yankees talk like that. But I don't know if anyone thinks me and Jake are ever being irrational. Go walk the Jersey boardwalk at 6 a.m. and listen to the dudes with newspapers in their hands because it's wild. My neighbor told me to kill Boone. Lou? Remember Lou?
I remember
house?
Lou.
Yeah. My dad said, yeah, Jimmy talks to Boone every week. And he said, shoot him. Tell him to shoot him.
I mean,
not
dude,
a joke.
You want to talk about clicks?
That episode would do some numbers for us, Jim.
So anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
It just made me laugh. I'm like, yeah, dude, we're not crazy fans.
No, it's funny.
I mean,
sometimes
there's some crazy fans out there.
Yeah, I had people saying we need to kill Boone for Glaber's error, and I was like, I don't what? I would just want him to make the play. Jim, I'll do a speed housekeeping through the rack. I keep making up phrases that don't exist.
Through the rack. Get your nose of the plane in front of it.
This is a crazy first 11 minutes of an episode.
Rizzo, if you didn't see, he got banged up in the last game. He's come out and said he's fine. It was an ugly play. I think he just got bonked. If you've ever worn a fitted hat and you hit something straight on, it actually hurts a lot.
And his neck kind of collapsed.
So there's a chance he doesn't play tomorrow because that would be very Yankee stuff. It'd be cool if he did, but it looked weird. He says he's fine. It kind of makes sense that he could be fine. Tommy Kahnle, I think they've got him scheduled for one more rehab appearance. I want to say Tuesday or something like that. I think he pitched today or yesterday. And then he should join the team. I'd expect LA revenge series. That's where Tommy went when he wasn't with the Yankees. Stanton is supposed to start rehabbing. He thinks he's got a shot for LA, which I think he's the only person because he hasn't played rehab games, and the Yankees play LA in 4 days, something like that. But Stanton should be on his way back. Donaldson is hitting in AAA, and I think there's an interesting conversation there. We know the Yankees haven't been rushing him. I think their update was he'll play Tuesday in AAA, so he might be in play for LA, or I don't know. That one's been a little weird from the start. Trevino.
It's a good combo. And sorry, just to pause you on that
good.
one. Because we were talking about this in our Talkin Yanks group chat, which is way more active this season than it's ever been in the 5 years of us having the show. Usually it's just like, what time are we recording? What this? And we're actually kind of just like chatting like a group chat of Yankees fans now, which I enjoy. But
we nice BBD.
We opened it up a little bit.
Yeah, BBD and someone else, maybe, I don't know, forget, said like Oswaldo probably goes down for Donaldson at this point. And that wasn't on my brain 2 weeks ago. You know, I kept thinking Calhoun or Bowers, but yeah, I think Oswaldo's going down for Donaldson at this point and getting some extra reps there because you don't lose an asset that way. And you know, if you get rid of Calhoun or Bowers, I don't know if they have options or what their situation is.
If someone else gets hurt in the 3 more days between then and Stanton comes back, they'll feel dumb for cutting a guy.
Yeah, Calhoun and Bowers are optionless. Greg Allen, you know, we sacrificed the lamb. He's got no options. And yeah, I was going to say Trevino, catching Trevino. He's traveling to Seattle. He should be activated Tuesday, I think, and they're going to send Rortvet down because he has an option.
Yeah, and Higgy doesn't. But I do think now it's Oswaldo, and you keep Calhoun and Bowers as assets because also Oswaldo's not playing great, and get him some love down there and, you know, freshen up or whatever.
Get the Oswald some reps at AAA. Get them both hot because one of them is. And yeah, I think it makes sense. Again, option wise, the only thing I would say is like if they decided they were out on Bowers because he hasn't been doing much lately. I guess that wouldn't shock me, but also, I mean, think about what I just said. Stanton is supposedly a week or so away, less in his mind, but I think a week is honest. That decision is coming soon, so we could see, you know, 3 fairly significant roster moves coming this week. At 4 if you count Kahnle, but that's a little. There's room in the pen, Pop.
Kind of. I mean, Ramirez and Webdog still there.
Ramirez not there. Crook is technically
Webdog and Crook.
Oh yeah.
So
Crook's got to get in a game because he finally made it up.
Right.
So
He pitches tomorrow in Seattle.
Okay.
Thought we were heading towards an opportunity for him to get the last 2 innings today, but
Yeah, would have been nice.
friendly crowd.
Okay. You know what else has a friendly crowd, Jim?
Taylor Swift concerts.
Last night was lit, but no. Jim, our watch party a week from yesterday, June 3rd at the Taylor, presented by Amtrak. I think we got a couple tickets left. It's coming down to the wire.
Not many.
Not many. So, hey, if you're around next Saturday, even if you're not around, make yourself around with Amtrak. We're right by Moynihan Station where the train comes in. Wi-Fi, food, seating. That's most of my days. Come in for the game. Come have fun with us at the Taylor, 505 8th Ave. Tickets are $30, and it comes with a free drink. Your first drink is part. Okay, that adds up. There's a link in the description. Come through. Our events are a lot of fun with good people. Am I biased? Yes. Am I lying? No. So come through with us, and thank you to Amtrak for helping us out.
We're looking for the best in the people at our events, sure, but we find it.
We'll have a competition. Best person there.
If the one dude is there, I forget his name, and I feel bad about that. That was starting all the chants at the playoff ones. It'd be tough to beat that guy.
I could trump card if Llewellyn shows up. Then it's just like, okay.
Yeah. What about the tall guy, older gentleman that's talking, the big Knicks fan as well? He came to both. He's
firm handshake.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Yep. All right. Let's do Burns. It's going to burn for me to say this. It's coming from the heart.
The St. Diego Fathers would come into town to play on Memorial Day weekend. The mountains are calling, so Joe Musgrove takes the pill against rookie debut for Dirty Randy Vásquez for the Yanks. Zeros on the board through 4. Don't say Dirty Randy. Future Yankee Juan Soto 2-run home run. The only blemish on Vásquez's debut. How about this for blemish? Tatis goes second deck to left field. Another 2-run homer. What's that smell? Odor with the insurance run. Yanks lose their third in a row, and it's a sad one. 5-1 final.
Yeah, it was a sad one. Hader was nasty at the end. The Web Dog gives up a run, and you hate to see that because he got 2 quick outs.
Yeah, 50 pitches from the Web Dog.
Yeah. He got through the 8th inning, his first inning, and then in the 9th, he got 2 quick outs, and you're like, damn, Web Dog's webbing it. But then he got hit around a little bit, gave up a run.
Good contrast.
You're going to talk about Vásquez later on? You want to talk about Marinaccio later on?
Good contrast between Weber and Hader in the 9th. Vásquez, I don't know if we're talking about him later. I guess I'll give some briefities on it. The 2 pitches look good. We were told he's got the quote-unquote best curveball in the system. That was a fun curveball. Is always a fun pitch. And then the fastball played too. That, hey, for a kid's debut against a team who their offense isn't playing well, but they've got some massive names on it. Good for him, and yeah, the one mistake was quite the mistake. 3-2, right, a little baby cutter right where Soto likes to eat. But no, I mean he did his job, right?
You watched this game. You weren't at this game, right? You were.
I was not at this game. Yeah.
So did you? Dontrelle Willis was calling the game.
Yes,
he did a great job. I thought. I actually really enjoyed seeing it through his eyes because he pointed out, and it was obvious enough, but Soto we got struck out on that cutter and just totally mean mugged Vásquez and just gave him a look like, oh, like throw that again.
Yeah.
And then the next time he comes up, he hits a homer, and D-Train was all over that. Thought that was cool.
Yeah, I like Dontrelle. I thought he tried to do too many catchphrases almost. I forget what he was repeating, but he was He was repeating some of the same lines, and I was like, I don't need it.
I don't know, man. Don't put the nose of the plane in front of the wood, or whatever you said earlier.
He can use that if he wants.
Something interesting, just looking at like the numbers from Vásquez's start, is that he gave up 4 hits, 1 on each of his pitches, 1 off the cutter, 1 off the sinker, 1 off the curveball, and 1 off the fastball, which is just, democratic.
Sure.
And the curveball numbers are legit. 3,000 spin rate, 42.9 whiff percentage when guys did swing at it, 33 put away. So with 2 strikes, he was getting guys to chase it. Just a legit pitch. Sat 78 miles per hour, and his 4-seam fastball sat 94 miles per hour. So like those are some nice numbers. You just got to be able to throw strikes and use pitches to get through lineups multiple times and all that. It's his first start, but yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, and I'd love to actually learn more about player evaluation one day. I'm sure there's stuff to learn, although it's obviously not a perfect science. But as a trade deadline sneaks up, that kid felt like he has a pretty good floor of like a relief pitcher. Like you got a good fastball and you've got a plus curveball. So hey, maybe the kid's gonna go on and be a great starting pitcher for a decade, but that rarely happens to anybody. That I don't know. As we do start exploring later in the season. I don't know. It's funny because you're right. There isn't the standout pieces that in previous years we would talk about, like maybe this guy's going to be bait, maybe this guy's going to be bait. In a sneaky way, there's a lot of young arms lurking, like Luis Heel is rehabbing and throwing from Tommy John. We just saw this kid Vásquez make his debut. Obviously, we saw a lot of Brito and Clark so far this year. So I don't know. A lot to still happen, but good for the kid, man.
Yeah. You think it helps that it's on Apple TV?
For
He
him?
doesn't know. He doesn't know, I guess.
He has no idea. The day before was his first MLB game. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I wonder how common that is. Because
right,
if you move here when you're 16, when you get drafted as a as a international free agent, and then you work all summer, and like your days off from minor league ball, you probably don't want to go to a game. I would guess that's a little more common than you expect, unless you're a high end prospect, the team invites you out to like come see a MLB game.
Yeah, I think it happens. I think it happens regularly, but I also think there's a chance you end up sneaking to a game at some point if you're, I don't know, in the States as a prospect for like 5 years or something. I don't know. That was also this was a nervous Friday. Yankee fans had just lost a series. You just lost back-to-back games. Randy Vásquez is making his debut, and there's a couple good chuckles in the office that it was best curveball in the system, and they were like, if you actually, pen to paper, nose of the plane, how many guys have legit curveballs in the Yankee system? Because, okay, let's take away,
I think it's just sneakily a shot fired at Davey.
Well, he doesn't get to throw it anymore, right? Wasn't that the whole thing? He
tried to fix it because it had a different arm slot.
They made it. That was the slider days. You have to throw a slider. So half of the pitchers aren't real prospects. And then probably another half of those pitchers don't throw curveballs. So it's like Randy Vásquez, we might be sorting through 5 potential curveballs and he's got the best. So it was a funny conversation at the office that I relayed through this show right now.
Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, no curveball from Davies' one outing. They don't have it as minor league stats, but he did throw it in 2021.
Let's go.
I think it was a completely different arm release point. They were like, hey, in the big leagues, you're just going to get smoked because guys can pick that up.
Too easy.
All right. I don't know if there's anything else from this game.
Yeah, this game was sad. Offense didn't do anything.
Tatis giving it back to Yankees fans was pretty awesome. Playing the orchestra of them chanting steroids when the Yankees have A-Rod and like Giambi is man, some of those Yankees fans make it tough sometimes.
You poke the bear, I mean, you're gonna get that result.
Over and over again.
Yeah. I Jess was half impressed with me for a moment because we went to this game the next day, and Tatis was getting booed, and she's like, "What's up with that?" And it's like, "Well, there's some steroid stuff there." And then I hit her with the Reggie Jackson. They don't boo the bad players, and she liked that. She's like, "That makes sense."
Does make sense. Unless it's you're booing your own team.
Right. That's self-badness. Even if they're really bad, then it's just rude.
Then it's then you don't get booed.
Yeah.
All right, game 2. You were there.
I was there.
Sick on the couch.
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
A Sevy Saturday in the Bronx, first one of the year. Waka, waka, waka. As Michael would try to make the Yanks bats feel Fozzie. Bottom one. Go DJ. RBI double. Riz thrown out at home. 1-0 Yanks. The daddy's daddy. Tatis Jr. goes yard call again to tie it. That be it, a strong showing for Sevy, 6.2, 1 earned run because Glaber. What are you doing, Pop? Padres take the lead on a Kim single. It's 2-1. San Diego, bottom 7. Hey, DJ, bring that back. Solo homer of his own to tie it. Buenos Cantos, IKF, RBI, GG. Sevy to King to Wandy to Clay. Yankees win 3-2 final.
A walk-off.
Yeah.
Extra innings stink these days.
You're not wrong.
Thank you.
Juice is gone from them.
You're excited. You're fun. But it used to be amazing.
Yeah, I will say in a game where the offenses went dead, like Jess got really sad when she found out we're going to an extra inning. Love her. But then she saw like there was runners on in the extra inning, and she's like, I like this. So,
She wanted to leave.
Yeah, exactly. So it is a way to wrap up the game.
I am in favor of wrapping it up. I'm not in favor of how they're choosing to do it.
I mean, I'd rather run out the send whatever 3 batters you want.
Give me 1 inning.
Especially with the Yankees 3 batters. Good to see some good swings from DJ as he's kind of finding his way back. A big game for him. The RBI double in the first and the homer.
Beebs, can you pull up DJ's career numbers versus Waka before this game? Because in his post game, he very much made it seem like, yeah, I'm starting to feel good. I've seen Waka a lot. Like I interpreted his post game message of like, I might be back, I might not. I crush Waka, but I don't know the numbers if that's true or not.
Ooh, he does crush Waka. This is over also including yesterday. 9 for 21, 4 doubles and a homer. So that's 1.1 OPS, 429 batting average. Obviously 2 extra base hits off him yesterday.
Like that.
Yeah. So 7 for 9 before yesterday? Did you say 9 for 11?
9 for 21, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah. You had that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. But yes, it was nice to see DJ. And he, in game 3, spoiler, almost puts one over the wall, or does, and it gets pulled back. Sevy makes his start. He goes primarily fastball, straight up. He's got an interesting mix, Sevy. 50% fastball, 20, basically 25 slider, 23 changeup. Depends how balanced or unbalanced the other team is, as he throws his slider more to lefties and his changeup more to righties. But 3-pitch pitcher, 50, 25, 25, like pretty basic. It kind of blows my mind how he ends up there, because it's almost like they're calling pitches and they know, like, hey, we got to keep it 50, 25, 25, but they don't know that. They're just going with what they feel. It happens to be very similar to that.
Sevy, I rewatched some of his highlights. I think his first punch out was like a fastball that painted the corner, and you're like, ooh, I like that, Sevy. And then him and Boone do a little tango. You got it, I take it. You got it, and he gets it. And then Glaber, my goodness, driving me a little up a wall this year. Although I love him offensively. Man. I mean, we're either a DJ swing or a Gleyber a moment away from this being like one of the worst losses of the season, which this team feels like they're good at. Feels like they're good at comeback wins and they're good at like piercing losses, which not the most fun trait.
That moment with Boone was fine. It wasn't totally like the Messina situation where like, no, stay there, because he did look like he hurt himself. Sevy was hunched over like he was a deflating, at a car dealership thing that was like just got the plug pulled.
That 3-2 pitch just sailed on him. So yeah, they did a fake. Yeah. They did a fake tango, and then Boone still came out. So it's fake tango.
Fake tango because that was about injury. That was like, are you okay? And Boone was like, hey, I'll just talk to the catcher. I don't want to talk to you because I don't want to lose a mound visit. I'm fine. And then Gleyber, I think he was good. I think he was coming out. He was finishing the inning or coming out after the next batter, but Boone was initially going out, probably to let him know that or to see if he was okay, because I thought he was hurt the way he was labored over.
Hangs the one pitch to Tatis. Bullpen does really well. And Yankees win extra inning baseball.
Yeah, King, Wandy, and then Clay. Clay threw 8 pitches. Pretty nice.
8 pitches, 7 strikes.
And then IKF gets it done. Did you like the bunt? I mean, they intentionally walked DJ because he's been hot, and also that's what we've been saying is put the double play in order. Bader bunts after that, which is what Boone said back to us. He's like, well, if you do that, the bunt becomes in play. Get that guy to third. Do that. They don't hold Bader on. He gets to second, so now the double play is not in order anymore, and you have the go-ahead run on third. I don't know why they didn't hold Bader on. That didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, Bob Melvin helped us a couple times here. He let off Rugi, which is just toxic. A lineup with a couple Hall of Famers, and you're leading off Rugi. And then, yeah, man, that was Yankees bunt, and it works and it doesn't because they got DJ at second. So Bader's on first, but I think the Padres first baseman, Dixon, I think he felt like he had to be macho because he saw Rizzo all the way in doing his Rizzo nut job guy impression on a bunt. So Dixon does that, which allows Bader to steal second easily, which you just took out the double play that gets you out of the game and like potentially lets you play more baseball. So that those two were big for the Yankees getting that win.
Way to go. Who's Sullivan? This guy.
Padres, bro.
Yeah, interesting lineup. You know a lot of the names. It feels I know Machado wasn't really going, and then he's hurt now. What's his injury?
It was a hand something.
Does feel like he's kind of like a cohesive in the middle of all of that makes it just like his one bat when going right adds so much more. Because you go through a stretch in some of these games where you're like Dixon, Old Man Cruz, Grisham, Kim, Sullivan.
Yeah, I mean, we might have to reach out to Padres Twitter because we also Bogart sat game 2 and Soto sat game 3. So like that's pretty nice.
And the Orioles sat Mullins game 3. Is that just a new thing? Let's just sit one of our best bats versus the Yankees. I like it.
I'm into it.
Inuit.
Yeah, Machado has a broken hand.
A hell of a way from the heart, candy ass. That was Herb Brooks. Let's do game 3.
Let's do the last game. A little same, but different for this rubber match. Cole versus Darvish. Some fun facts. Both 5-time All-Stars. Both 2-time Cy Young runner-up. Don't care. Make more jokes, clown. All right, top 1. Get in the Crone. Auto Crone. Cronenworth homer. 1-0. Break pods. Check. Call. Judge. has his own 360-foot trot to tie it up. Whee! A Memorial Day snowball fight. Bader and Higgy provide Azokar with a bloop Little League homer. It's 3-1 Fathers. Where's Jessica Biel? Because it's seventh heaven in the third. Higgy, Volpe, Glaber, Judge, Rizzo, 5 straight hits. The only ball hit out of the ballpark was an out. DJ robbed kooky fun inning. Calhoun, IKF, and Higgy doubles his pleasure with double the doubles. 8-3 Yanks, and they'd cruise. Oh, stinky. Odor homers. It's 8-6. What the H? Those Friars hate masturbators. Solo dong. Higgy strokes an RBI single of his own. Clay almost melts butt. Cole to Jimmy to Ronnie to Clay. Yanks win 10-7 and take the series 2-1 final.
Hey
now.
There's some things you said there that I wanted to comment on, but then you kept going because the game kept going, and then I forget what they were. Okay. So say it again slower.
There was a seventh heaven reference in there, which I thought you'd like.
Where is Jessica Biel?
Yeah.
I was a big Seventh Heaven kid growing up. My mom watched that, and one of my hobbies was watching TV with my mom as a little boy.
I thought you'd like that. I thought you were a Seventh Heaven guy. I had to Google who was in Seventh Heaven, and it found out Jessica Biel was, so put her in there.
Yeah. She wanted out, so she posed for one of the nudes.
Oh.
She was like 18 because she was like wanted off the show.
That big poster.
Beebs has it in his room and a little version in his wallet if you want to see it.
I did an auto crone joke, and then I actually didn't have brake pods in there. I just had Padres, funny. And I added brakes on the fly, so I was pretty happy with that. And then I was trying to make the make jokes clown joke, but I said jokes really weird. I said like jokes. So, yeah, man, I don't know. Friars hating masturbate. I don't know.
All the starters got a hit in this game besides DJ, who did put one over the wall, like you said, that got pulled back. Really nice play by Grisham.
Crazy.
They kept saying that
it's really cool.
The one Judge caught, he robbed a home run, but I don't think that was going out. But they kept saying it, but I don't think it was. But it was nice play by Judge.
In
they never
today's
gave
game?
a great angle.
Yeah.
The Rugi one, it led off.
Oh.
Yeah. They kept saying, 2 home run robberies or whatever. But Cole loses it in the 7th. Looked pretty decent. And then his line kind of changes there. That 2-run homer.
Yeah, Cronenworth clips him in the first, which that was kind of like flashback, right? Like first inning, Cole, the guy you're not expecting in the first inning, gets him. You're like, okay, I've seen that before. And then, yeah, I mean, he does get blooped on the Azokar single. Can't be saying that right. And then Bader and Higgy with 2 of the worst throws you'll see back-to-back on a major league field. That was tough.
Bader's done that a couple times now. He should probably find the cutoff guy, and because you would cut that ball, you wouldn't allow it to go home. You would keep,
especially that
the runner at first or try to get him at second. Like it's just
there's never a play at home.
Bad toss. Yeah, and it was 2 outs and a bloop, and it was a fast runner. It was Kim, so it was like from the start they never had a shot at that. So that was weird.
Yes, but then Higgy throwing it to right field was almost bizarre. That was just like a Space Jam, his lost his powers moment. But so I guess my point is Higgy's error is kind of like something weird happened, chalk that up to like, hopefully that doesn't happen again. Bader's is a learning moment of like, Bader, come on, dude. Like that, we can't just be whipping balls home because he's done that twice now in the last like 2 weeks.
Yeah, he might be testing his superpowers a little bit because let's think about this. Bader comes back to New York. He was like a playoff hero. He comes back and the team goes from being sad to good. Bader might be having some like a little like how big are my superpowers right now moment. But yeah, that was tough. So then, yeah, you're doing this 3-1. Are we going to lose a series? It's Sunday. Like Yu Darvish is on the mound. That's a guy that's got a lot of major league starts, shutting down the other team. And then that third inning happens. And Higgy gets it started. Volpe puts one up the middle, and that sets up the top of the lineup. That 5 straight hits, and then DJ's home run is the out, which is crazy.
That inning right there is the biggest difference. If you want to hone in on the positives of this Yankees team, they didn't do that last year that much. Even when they were going good, it didn't feel like they strung together hits. And I feel like once a week right now, at least in May, we get an inning like this. Maybe, yeah, once a week, I'd say we get an inning like this where it's just awesome. I think you tweeted out at one point, like, romantic innings or something, kind of like what you dream of. And that's a plus. So when the bottom of the lineup can string together some hits, it really helps. And it almost feels like they only string together hits. They're either like in games when the bottom is not helping, it feels it's not like they're all getting one hit a game, but at different times. Like they all group up and attack the same pitcher in the same way. Maybe they had something on Darvish. Maybe not. I don't know. But it's nice to see. And that is the biggest difference, I think, between this team offensively and last year without replacing much or changing much. They have been able to get the big inning, which last year I don't think they did at all.
Yeah, and I if we're being fully honest about it, there's also probably a kicker to no shifts. Like a couple of those balls last year probably are like fielded grounders. Like I don't know if Volpe would have the righty shift on him, but his was kind of up the middle. Higgy, I think traditionally he had more guys on the left side. So yeah, that's
a good point.
Those innings, but those innings are fun. And hey, have those innings, because guess what? Padres fans would kill for these innings because they're not getting a lot of them right now. Cole, obviously, tough finish. And they're trying to get an extra inning out of him because, Boone's main job right now is to keep the bullpen surviving as long as we can. That being said, I mean, Rugi gets them, and that's kind of the one thing you don't want, walk Homer. And yeah, it kind of wraps up what's been a tough May for Cole.
Oh yeah, all the starters. I mean, they can't go deep at all. It's a big problem. And Cole being part of that stinks.
Yeah. But
Savvy Herman.
It's one of those things.
He's still perfect. 6-0.
It's one of those things that if I had told you coming into May, Stanton wasn't coming back and Cole's gonna have a bad month, I think if you told Yankee fans that in April, you would have been like, wow, we might be under 500 this month. So again, it goes to prove this was a funky feeling May a little bit. Like there's a lot of good that happened, but there's still a lot of question marks, and you can spin that. You can spin it both ways pretty easily.
And I think it also goes to April, where April felt god awful, and they still had a winning record. Yeah. So amongst us seeking out like the thought of can this team win in the playoffs? Can this team win in the playoffs? And finding reasons why it doesn't feel like they are better than last year's team. They're still winning games, but last year's team in the first half was crazy, dude.
All right, it's two different teams.
So just need a crazy second half.
Or just keep doing what you're doing in May.
It's true. But when do we play in division again?
I think we got a Sox series after this road trip.
Mm-hmm. It's
Seattle, Dodgers, White Sox, Red Sox, I believe.
And then Red Sox.
So home versus the Red Sox?
Home versus Red Sox, and a week later, road versus Red Sox. And those are the only in-division games of June.
And off day June starts kicking up, so that'll be interesting to track.
Do they have an easy schedule? I know they have the Dodgers coming up, but I mean, is June
off day wise? It makes it a lot better.
Depends what you think about Seattle, who they've started playing better baseball, but part of that was tied to an Oakland series, but the Yankees did that as well. And yeah, I guess it depends what you think of Boston, because they go White Sox, which, hey, you got to take care of your business there. Boston, Mets, Boston, Seattle, Texas.
Oakland end the month.
None of those teams are teams that you like truly get up for, like the Rays or Even the Rangers right now, the Astros, Dodgers, they're good.
Dodgers and Rangers.
Yeah.
Dodgers and Rangers.
Yeah. All right. I wish they won that fucking Baltimore series, dude. I'd be through the moon.
Yeah, again, I was a little less fazed by that. Just because I think there's a chance the Yankees and Orioles catch Tampa this year.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the division. There's just less chances to do it now.
Yeah, it's true.
I felt like they were in a really good stretch and they had some opportunities, so that won't hurt.
Felt winnable.
Yeah. Should we get into the second half of the show?
I think we could do that, Jim. And the second half is brought to you by our presenting sponsor, SeatGeek. SeatGeek, code Yanks. Go to a game. The ballpark was fun. It's a fun day at the stadium, Memorial Day. It's always funny, those holiday weekends, you appreciate it a little more. The stands were vibrant with Yankee fans. Or go to whatever event you want. 70,000 events every day on SeatGeek, sports, concerts, festivals. The app is so easy to use. I can use it. There's green dots. Green mean good. Red mean bad. Download the app. Use code Yanks. You'll get $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. I think if if there's one of those Yankees day games where the tickets are like $20, you basically go for free. So promo code Yanks. Download the app. Click the link in the description. Use SeatGeek. They're the geeks of seats. That means they know what they're doing.
They're the geeks of the seats. First award we give out here on Talkin' Yanks is
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Yeah.
I get to go first since it is a Sunday. Are you antsy with anticipation?
I'm antsy with anticipation over here.
I won't let it linger then. I'm going Luis Severino. My pride. A really good starting pitching line. 6.2 innings pitched. 1 hit. 1 earned run. 6.2 innings pitched. 1 hit. It's awesome. Got into the 7th. Should have got out of the 7th. Should really be 7 innings pitched. Should really be 7 innings pitched. 1 earned run. But it's not. That's okay. It's okay. For Sevy's sake, at least, not his fault. Someone else's fault. But I liked it, man. I like that we got maybe 1 or 2 Sevy roars off the mound. That's needed. His changeup played really well. I don't know if I said these out loud when we were talking about him earlier, but all of his pitches had really good whiff percentage. He had 30% whiff rate on the changeup, 22 on the slider, and 32 on the fastball. I think what was his max velo on the fastball? I think it got up to 99 once or twice. So all about it. Sevy, pride of the Yankees.
You mentioned getting length from our starting pitchers. He's still on a pitch count, man. He threw 82 pitches in this game, and he still got through 7. 6.2, but through 7. That again, this Padres offense has been sputtering, but there's still some big names in there, and the one bad pitch does get hit, but also don't really care. As we start to look where this Yankees team can be and go and hopefully, catch the Rays and start dreaming bigger, I want Sevy to be a part of that. And I think baseball and skill-wise he can be. I think injury is the risk. And, I think we'll be in fear of that basically every day up until October. But it's good to have him back. And, hey, man, Clark, sneaky, had an okay May. Nestor, we know his current problem. If we can nip that in the bud, he's been great the first 5 innings. Cole, it's a bad month, and we don't have any worries about Garrett, but he's going to turn around. And Domingo had been pitching pretty well. So, hey, if the rotation can kick into gear and we can get a Kahnle back and, the pitching's been really good, but hasn't felt like it's clicked. Or excuse me, the bullpen's been really good. And it feels like the starting pitching can catch up, and it feels like the offense has so much room to grow that I guess it's where I get these Yankees teams showing me they can have big innings and they can come back. I can get you help at the back end of the lineup. I can get bullpen reinforcements that I don't know. There's a path now, and I think even into early mid-May, it was scary.
I'm still not. The bullpen is still the rotation is still my biggest concern. I mean, it has been for a while. But Sevy coming back is great. He just needs to stay healthy and on the field and stretched out. Because again, haven't seen playoff Sevy. Haven't gone into a postseason being like, and we got Sevy who's going to fucking dominate since 2017.
And he didn't quite dominate.
Yeah, but I mean, it's been a long time.
Yeah. Gave us 2 postseason starts last year.
Yeah.
He's gotten back for that, but he hasn't been a known quantity going in.
Yeah.
2017.
So yeah, great beginning for Severino. He's my pride. Now, who's your pride? Because I'm interested to see who you go here.
Yeah, I mean, he was a little bit of the layup. Who made me proud to be a Yankee fan? You know what? I'll go DJ. It's the series itself isn't overwhelming for what DJ is, but did I kind of need to see him hit an opposite field homer? Yeah. Did I kind of need to see him turn on a ball down the line? Yeah. And was he kind of our only offense in that second game that we end up winning? That if we didn't, it would have been an L4. And what would we be talking about right now? It'd probably be a lot different tone. So, DJ, and yeah, I mean the rest of it isn't overwhelming, but he was in a funk. He was in a funk, and he tried to bunt, and then we saw him get an off day that you start wondering, is he banged up or is it a funk? Kind of needed to see him have a good day at the office, and he did. And then it sucks that he gets robbed today.
Hit another opposite field.
God, that sucks.
Guys. All right, well then that moves us on to
You Yankee motherfucker.
This is actually kind of tough. I think there's the obvious one we've talked about a lot, and then I'll go Cole. Worst pitching line. They did win the game, but the homer at the end by Odor really hurts. Walk homer to finish it. Otherwise, what is the line?
So he was what, 6-3?
I think he's 6-3.
6 innings pitched, 3 earned runs.
So he was hunting for 7 and
he could have had 7-3, which we aren't upset at all as a final line.
No.
But then it ends up as 6+ and 5 earned.
Yeah. So I'll go Cole. Again, I'm not really worried about Cole.
He was better than that line indicated, but
yeah,
he was not him.
The fact that it was Rugi, man, like whatever.
Yeah. I'll say this: his next start kind of important.
Why? Who's he against?
Well, it is against the Dodgers, but also need Cole to get back on track.
Yeah, there's no action item for that, though. I mean, he's going to get the ball, and you just hope that come playoff time he's rolling.
Need him to be good.
Yes, I think he'll come back. I'm just saying it's not like they're going to send him down or skip his starts or do this or do that. Like, end of the day, Cole earns everything in the postseason. Keep winning. It starts. Offense has helped him twice now, I believe.
Pick him up.
Yeah, his last 2.
What do you got?
Let's see. Yankee MFer, huh? It's funny, they lose that first game. Dirty Randy on the mound. You know what? I'll just do Glaber, man. Again, the hits when they came were at fine times this series, and it's whatever. But my God, he almost ruined Sevy's day and the Yankees series and everything in one swoop, man. And I don't know, man. I know Rizzo goes for that ball, so the pitcher's going to be covering, so there's an extra layer of thoughts, but you got to make that play. I mean, that's 2 outs, 1-run game. Never mind worrying about Sevy and his pitch count or that. Like, that's almost a game-losing play, man, and it's just adding to the laundry list of, like, rightfully frustrating moments.
Yeah, I think if you were going to try to counter it or whatever, you'd say he lost it because the runner and Rizzo were both running in front of him.
Yeah.
But you got to make the play. I mean, 100% of the time that has to be an out. Or at least you have to throw it and hope the pitcher does his job as well.
Right.
You just can't say 100% of the time because pitchers fucked it up a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it's not a tough, but it's one play. It could have been devastating. It wasn't. I still like his bat right now. I don't know what the numbers are on the year. Oh, what did he do today?
He had a hit in the rally today. He was 1 for 4.
Wonder if he's at an 800 OPS then.
Let's see. 344 on base, 449 slugging. I think he's right below. That would tell me he's 9.7 points below.
Yeah, 793. Before the game, he was 799. Great math out of you.
I'm a good guy.
Remember, good guy.
But still, that's actually 263 batting average, 344 on base, 449 slugging, and he had a pretty brutal stretch. Like, Glaber's offensive numbers are looking like they're going to be good.
He feels good. He feels in a good place.
Yeah. Offensively.
And yeah, that's, if Donaldson comes back, get him some DH days. I don't know.
He also, like, in game 3, he caught a pop-up, and he just did, like, the very casual, like, caught it, like, dropped his hand down, Sheffield style a little bit, and then, like, turned to Volpe and laughed. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know if you have the wiggle room right now to be, like, playful.
Playing a dangerous game. And I almost gave an award about this a couple weeks ago. Have you seen the game that him and Rizzo are silly when there's a pop-up to the two of them? Like, if there's a pop-up to Glaber, Rizzo kind of stands close to him, and they smile, and they get silly after. And I was like, Rizzo's got a little wiggle room. Well, Rizzo has a ton of wiggle room, let's be honest. Glaber doesn't. And I was like, what's... Like, Glaber and Rizzo, like, they do the I love you sometimes, right side of the infield. I forgot they go back to the Cubs days.
Yeah.
Like,
It's probably...
They never probably played together.
I mean, at spring training and stuff, Glaber was, like, the top prospect dude that definitely, like, him and
definitely,
Rizzo
like, brought
interacted.
him to big league camp at some point.
And I was wondering, I was like, their connection seemed a little thicker, but, I mean, they have to go back to when Glaber was, like, 19, kind of. I
don't know if they do, but I think that Rizzo's just an awesome teammate who, like, is forming bonds with everyone around him. Maybe they, like, bond over being the right side of the infield. Because Rizzo's way older, no?
Yeah, but he was the dude on the Cubs while Glaber was the top prospect. So, like, Glaber's got interviews talking about him and Rizzo going back to Chicago and stuff.
I get just like...
that's Judge knowing Volpe before this year.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's just like appearances, or like meet and greets, I guess. I don't know.
I don't think Glaber, like, did a spring training with them, but I'm sure...
Yeah, I don't know if they ever did
spring
training. That's what I was saying, because the math doesn't add up.
At some point Glaber was a highly regarded prospect even when he was, like, with the Cubs, so I'm sure it's some...
Because he was in A-ball. When they traded.
But he was definitely in the group, Jason Dominguez was at camp this year, like Glaber was one of those guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it could be. He was like 18 years old in A-ball. I don't know if...
Same with Dominguez.
Isn't he in Double-A?
Now.
He's in Double-A when he went to camp. I don't know if the Yanks have ever put an A-ball guy in camp.
If you're one of the top guys, they bring you.
They let you see it.
Regular awards?
Regular awards, Jim, they're brought to you by our dogs, but the farmer's dog who has been feeding our dogs recently, whether you have a puppy, a middle-aged dog, an older dog, no such thing as an old dog. The most valuable thing in the world is spending time with your pet, and the farmer's dog can help keep them healthy. They deliver fresh, healthy dog food recommended by vets, nutritionally balanced and made from human-grade ingredients like those. I eat those. I'll go off the map a little bit. Noodle fiends for this stuff. Jess has been doing it for dinner time. And I normally feed him in the morning. So she's been doing that then. Noodle likes her more than me at dinner because she's been giving him the goods while I've been mixing in his old stuff. So I'm almost out. It's almost farmer's dog time all around. And if you're looking to get some farmer's dog going, you get 50% off your first box at thefarmersdog.com/JohnBoy. There's a link in the description. 50% off. Give it a try. They tailor the food to your pooch. Give them a try. Go click the link in the description.
My first award
Real awards
is the Quadruple Double Award.
Ooh. Quadruple double. So that means if you're here, then that means quadruple double. Ron
No.
Marinaccio.
Not triple double.
Quadruple double.
What would be 5?
So it's changing.
I just got it wrong. What would be 5?
Quintuple.
Quintuple Double Award.
I already guessed Ron. I won't take it back. That's not who I am.
Wrong.
It's fine.
Goes to your dude, Willie Calhoun.
Ooh.
He got his 5th multi-hit game. His 5th multi-hit game today. And this is the guy who, how many times has he had multiple, has he had like 4 at-bats in a game? Oh my God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 out of 30. Hey, 2 of his multi-hit games, he only had 3 at-bats. Sucks.
Are there walks in there or no?
Yeah. One has a walk, the other has a walk. But Willie can hit. And with my new development of Oswaldo going down for Donaldson, that means Willie gets to stay a little longer. And Bowers hasn't been around, it doesn't feel like. So maybe he's going to be the last one to go. It's going to be, and you were on this, and you said you think they like him as the lefty for the catchers, and they believe he can hit. He doesn't have many other skills, speed or defense. So it would literally just be a lefty bat. So I don't know how long he's long for the team, but he's helping his own cause right now. And I do think he's going to be, I have no idea. I could be wrong, but I would not be surprised if he outlasts, as Waldo gets sent down to go find himself, whatever you want to say about it. And then when Stanton comes up, Bowers goes, and Willie's the one that hangs around. Because he hasn't had that many starts, and he's got 5 multi-hit games now.
As Boone announced on this show, they think Willie can hit. It's interesting to see because he's outplayed Bowers up until this point. It does feel like Bowers has kind of gone missing. And then, if you can do a dance, it's how long can you dance? And we've seen in baseball, and remember going back to the Cameron Maben days, like a couple injuries here and there, you can find a way, but there's definitely going to be there's going to be a tough period, right? Because if he lasts, which again, there could be egg on our face and, Willie's out, Bauer stays, whatever it is, or they keep Oswaldo, I don't know. Because you're right, he's going to end up getting, 1 or 2 starts a week, giving guys off days, and then he's going to pinch hit for the catcher late against a tough righty reliever. It's a pretty brutal job title. So I don't know. I obviously love watching a short king. He's putting together a couple good days at the office, and yeah, who knows how long the run can go, but I don't know. It's I'll enjoy him while he's hitting.
I'll enjoy him while he's hitting too.
I like seeing him get pinch run for today.
You like that?
Yeah. My job here is done.
Yeah. Oh, this I don't do this. Sorry.
No.
He started walking the dugout before they said anything. So yeah, 5 multi-hit games. The whatever double the word is. In his last 7 games now, and this is always hard because they're not updated, these websites.
Right.
What was 7 days ago? And they don't do games, they do days. 7 days ago was the 21st?
I guess so.
That would be 7 days ago, yeah.
Okay, so then you take away that game where he went 1 for 3. You add today's game where he went 2 for 4 or whatever he did. He's going to have, in his last 7 days, I think he's going to have an 800, like, nice OPS, 815 with like a 300 batting average or something like that.
He's got I think at the end of it, he's going to have a nice little butter knife May, which
I don't know about that because he's got some badness to it.
Yep.
I guess the batting average is bad.
Yeah, no,
Fine.
the OPS is there. He banged.
Way to go, Willie. That's why he got my award.
Way to go, Willie. It's nice.
And now you give out your award.
Aha. Jim. Oh, I had the name of it. I am going to give out what to take. I am going to give out the Go-Go Prebiotic Award.
The Go-Go Prebiotic Award. And last episode you gave the Gugan Award.
I did not. I was
Well, you did.
assisted in that. We gave that out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wasn't it technically yours?
It was my spot, but I'm a team guy. That's
Okay. Go-Go
we've never offered
and
that, but I do.
Go-Go Prebiotic.
Just getting ahead. Do you mean probiotic?
No,
I think it means prebiotic.
I mean prebiotic.
All right. Just confirming.
Go-Go Prebiotic, fiber, makes you shit. Maybe you're giving it to IKF?
No. Jim.
Don't say Bader.
It's not. You can give him your award in a second. Stumbled into it the other day, and it was kind of mind-boggling that Clay Holmes he was now up to 11 clean sheets. He does give up a run in today's game. And today he looked like the bad Clay. I think, what did it end up being? 8 strikes on 20 pitches?
Mm-hmm.
At one point, I think he was 3 for 13.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting into Clay's splits because I was like, what can I find? And Jim, I'm going to put you on it because you're the one who started this theory, but it goes back to a recent Yankee sinker baller. It goes back to all sinker ballers. That potentially we might have to keep Clay regular. I was getting in his stats today, and his worst and biggest blow-off performances are all after 4+ days rest. So there's a couple in there that aren't, but when I was looking at the days rest, the outliers were 4 days rest and 6+ days rest that he got hit this year in the worst way. So I don't know. I think we're all trying to figure out the puzzle piece that is Clay, whether it's innings or regularity or what. But yeah.
Looks like there's a bad split ERA for 1 day rest as well. But I mean, reliever ERA is a known liar and a bitch, so you can't trust it. But with 0 days rest this season, 1 walk in 5.2 innings, 0 earned runs.
That might have changed today, but yes.
He was on 0 rest. He pitched, yeah. Okay. On 1 day rest, I want to see if there's any outliers here. Still 1 day rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.1 innings, 2 walks. So not that wild, but he does have 2 outings that aren't great. One, he gave up the blown loss to Minnesota, and another to Cleveland, where I believe he got out of it. But they brought him in for I forget that one. But and then he's got 2 games on 4-day rest. 1 was fine. 1 innings pitched, 1 walk. The other game on 4 days rest was 0 outs, 2 runs, 2 earned runs. So there's probably not enough. You would have to combine it with last season.
There's not enough data as of now, but I think it's something to keep tabs on going forward.
Yeah, a lot of sinker ballers. It is something to note. Let's see. Did you look at last year at all? Because I'm interested in this.
I did. I think all of his stats from last year ended up looking pretty good, to be honest. But I think his worst OPS against was 4+ days, I think. So I don't know. But all his numbers from last year look so good.
It looks like his worst outings came on 2 days rest last year. Yeah, 2 days rest, 5.79 ERA last year.
Reliever ERA.
And 608 OPS plus. Just walks, man. But I don't know where I'm at with Clay. Like, he's still, I like him in the mix. I don't like him as lockdown closer. And they're not using him that way, so it's fine. Pick and choose your spots. But like today was scary. And it felt like a game where the wheels were trying to like if it was a movie scene, they'd be cutting to the game and then cutting to the wheels getting like looser and looser. And like, they cut back to the game and then they cut to the wheel and like one of the bearings pops off or, just like the screws loose and you're like, this is going to fall apart. This is going to fall apart. And then it didn't. And that's good. Yeah. That's what it felt like.
And hey, maybe if Clay comes out cold sometimes, if he could find it a little later, that would be a nice change. But yeah, I mean, a game you're up 8-3 and, DJ got robbed of a 3-run homer where I know most of those runs score, but it also could have changed the outlook a little bit that if Albert Abreu had to come in to save inherited runners on Sunday, Memorial Day, that would have been a bad feeling. So, hey, Clay has put together a good stretch. I'm interested to see how the story unfolds.
Same. Keep him regular against mostly righties. Because Kahnle will be back. You got Wandy. Kahnle, come on.
He's ready.
He's so ready. All right, my award.
Yes.
And I just had it in my head.
Oh.
Now I don't. Shit. What's everything we've been talking about?
Jam.
Jog me memory, boy.
Excuse me?
Jog me memory.
Willie Calhoun, quintuple double. Clay Holmes.
I think you're about to give Bader an award.
No, I'm not giving. Oh shit, dude! I just had it. And I really liked it. This sucks when this happens.
Damn, dude.
Do I pivot? Oh.
Found it.
I got it. The Distance Award.
The Distance.
The Distance.
Okay. You're referencing the song. He's going the distance. He's going for speed. That's probably for, I don't know, known speedster IKF.
I'll give you another hint.
Okay.
Did you get it?
Podcasts only. Jimmy glazed into space and lightly shook his jowls. Rizzo.
No. Higgy. He's always looking in the distance, like searching for answers at all times. After a pitch, if the umpire doesn't call it, if he's hitting and the pitch is like outside, and then he just like kind of like look at it. It's looking in the distance. And his post game today was rather funny. Higgy is a funny guy. And 2 doubles. First time in his career, he's had 2 doubles in the same inning.
He thinks.
Obviously, he doesn't know.
He's always
kind of a weird
thinking.
day.
He's not always inputting.
Yeah. He said, well, I needed to pick myself up. The whole team kind of needed to pick me up. I was playing like a little leaguer out there. And sliding into third base and then popping up and going home is awesome. Bader saw that and was like, I got to put that in my repertoire.
Yeah.
Like, that was cool. And Higgy was like, well, it was an accident. Like, I looked dumb. And Bader's like, you did not look dumb, my friend. Like, you looked badass.
I know looking cool. And that's what that was.
That was cool. That was like a swimmer, getting to the end of the lane and spinning and kicking off the wall just to get more speed. Like, Higgy knows what he was doing, or Bader knows what Higgy was doing more so. But yeah, 1, Higgy's funny. 2 doubles in the midst of that rally. 3, sliding into third. Super funny. I laughed every time they showed the replay.
Yeah.
So he's getting the Distance Award. And yeah, I just like how much he's just looking into the distance all the time.
He almost snuck into a pride today because in a way he sparked the big rally and the 2 doubles in an inning. He shouldn't have gotten it.
And he didn't.
Man, some of his throws, and that was his killer joke he made in his interview with Meredith. He said, I tried to throw it out of left field.
Yeah.
Nice, Higster. Yeah, he got deked on that, on the play where he slides into third. Thank God he scores, and it's not even tight or anything. Yeah, I don't know. I think some people expected us to have a conversation about the catchers, and I've been getting mean tweets about when the Yankees offense wasn't working, like, oh, talk about, Higgy's not bringing it. It's like, eat bugs. The Yankees don't care. And they're not going to do anything at catcher because they want to keep all 3 of them, and Rortvedt has the option. So I do feel like, dude, I feel like I have a sixth sense when Higgy's going to get a hit. Like in that at-bat today, I kind of thought Higgy would get a hit, and for a guy that hits like around 200, that's a weird thing to be confident about, but I really feel like I can go along with him.
You and Higgy. Same brain. You can get inside Higgy. Interesting. He crushes lefties. We've talked about that a lot on here. His numbers versus lefties on the year are really good, to the point where, like, I don't know, use that.
Problem is, so does Trevi.
Yeah, but Higgy's got more pop. I don't know if that's natural or I just think he does, or if it's actually on the stat sheet, but Higgy's got more pop than Trevi.
Higgy has more pop, Jim. He's a top 5 home run derby Yankees finalist.
It's true. That's true. Well, that's my award, the distance.
Good award, Jim.
Thank you.
Really good stuff, man.
Thank you. What's your last award? Don't be a goofus.
What was that?
What?
What did you just say?
I said don't be a goofus.
I mean, that's so. Jim, I'm giving the Monument Valley Award.
The Monument Valley?
The Monument Valley Award, Jim.
The Monument Valley. Hey, did you ever explain the Prebiotic Award?
Oh, you got to stay regular.
Yes. Monument Valley.
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty sights. Monument Park could be tied in. I don't know. Rizzo?
Jim, you backed into one accidentally. Give him the point. Do note it was an accident. Jim, and Monument Valley, beautiful, stunning. It is where, in the iconic movie Forrest Gump,
I know.
that Forrest stops running.
Yeah.
Dude,
I'll go home now.
Unacceptable, man. I watched this play from the stands. I was ready to make my third base call. And if Soto got a clean bounce and fielded it cleanly, it was a clear you cannot send Rizzo. He is not fast. He is, in fact, slow. He's very good at a lot of other parts of baseball. But he is slow now. The ball, not only did Soto field it cleanly, it took the perfect hop into his glove. It was unreal. As I was watching, I had the perfect angle on it. That it was an instant, no. I said stop from the stance. I threw up the arms. Rizzo ran through my stop sign. I'd like to talk to him about that. And I believe was that the second out in that inning, or was it the first?
Second, I believe.
Yes, that was the second out of the inning. So it would have been second and third, one out, so less than 2 outs, with Bader coming up. Instead, the 1-run scores. There's 2 outs in the inning. And I don't know. I think it's first inning where, that's kind of one of your best opportunities to have a pitcher on the ropes. And basically with that out, you had him a pitch away from getting out of the inning. And it's like, come on, man. Hey, if you send the speed guys, I'm always kind of going to understand. Because, when relays have to be perfect, you far too often in Major League Baseball, it feels like it's not. But Rizzo.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you believe in the unexpected play at the unexpected time?
I don't, yes, but no.
Yes, but no.
Not in not in that situation, no.
Well, I think it was expected. That's the problem.
No.
I think Rizzo needs to take a full season off extra bases and stolen bases. And the scouting report will be he doesn't run. He's station to station. And then next year, he gets 5 times.
Yeah.
Where he can go the extra base.
He's got a pool hole.
The unexpected play at the unexpected time.
He's got a pool hole.
And Soto fields that ball and he's, oh, fuck, he's running. He fucking shits himself. But right now it's like, Rizzo will probably run. I'll just get him out. Because everyone knows if there's an extra base to be taken, Rizzo's grabbing it.
Do you guys, do you remember what his sprint speed was at percentile-wise last time we checked in?
Slow.
In my head, I had it at 6th. I don't know. Sound off in the comments. Subscribe. 6 or 7. He's down to 4th. He's a 4th percentile sprint speed guy. So,
well, he hasn't sprinted yet.
I think he has. I think that's the problem.
You'll know when he takes off. the best of these runs, approximately 2/3, runs of 2 bases or more on non-homers. So when's the last time you got a hustle double?
What's the question?
The way they calculate sprint speed, I don't know if he's like in there. Like, has Rizzo got a hustle double yet this year?
I don't know if he's got the first word in him. I think he just has doubles now.
That's what I'm saying. So there's 2 ways they calculate sprint speed. One, it's when you get 2 bases. So the fastest you run on a double. I think all of his doubles, he doesn't top out ever.
Is that also first to third?
First to third. So I don't know if he's gone first to third.
Second to home?
Second to home does not count for sprint speed. Home to first on a topped or a weakly hit ball. And I don't think Rizzo's booming it out of the gates on those. I think he kind of takes his time on those. And those are the 2 plays.
Got bunt hits.
Yeah, maybe a bunt hit. But those are the 2 plays that they calculate sprint speed on.
I mean,
so that's why I'm saying I don't know if he's given them his sprint speed. It's a really dumb stat.
I think you're reading too much into the metrics because I think the stat pretty much across players ends up in a fine spot.
For some, for
Are
others,
there a couple outliers? Probably, but I think for
I'm not arguing that
95%
Rizzo's
is
not slow.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
We use that stat a lot. I don't think people know what it is.
I think what people think it is, it's 95%. How fast are you?
He's not fast.
No.
It's your fastest 1 second window during one of those events. Very weird. But he's not there. Voigt's slower.
Sure is.
Feels like it.
All right. Dude, this week's going to suck, just to let everyone know.
Yes.
6 games in a row that start at 9 p.m.
9:40, I think.
See, they got Voit as faster than Rizzo. I don't think so.
I'd watch.
This year,
We haven't seen Luke Voit this year. He might have got in the lab.
Turned it on.
Friday night, 10:10.
I think actually the next episode would be the midweek episode with Booney and all that on Tuesday. But I believe Wednesday we're not recording after the game. We're just going to do that Thursday morning at like 10 o'clock. Because it'd be 1 a.m.
Right.
I'm good for whatever the plan is. Just got to know what the plan is. Sounds like
I think instead of doing 1 a.m., we'll do it Thursday morning. Cool. Well, that's it. That's all. Go Yanks. Anything we didn't touch on?
IKF walk-off. Not really.
Say anything about Judge today?
No. Well, he gets talked about a lot.
Yeah.
It's good.
Good.
Cool homer.
Good.
Bader keeps kind of saving these bad stretches of no hitting with homers.
Yeah,
and like really nice defensive plays.
He almost got my award. His insurance homer was big for the Yanks and big for him. I'd put a little case on him having a good West Coast trip.
He someone asked him what the pitch was, and he just goes fastball. He was really walking into the clubhouse talking to everyone about his homer.
Got to.
Have to, a little Talkman-esque.
Gardy 2.0.
I like him.
Clapping, clapping, clapping. Good show. Go Yanks. Tell him, Grams.
Go Yankees.
Let's go Yankees! Let's go Yankees! Let's go Yankees! Let's go Yankees!
Go watch Blitzball. Live right